Welcome back to Arsenal News TV, and today we're going to first look at Arsenal and Tottenham set to rival Chelsea for long-term defensive transfer targets, and then we're going to look at Jack Wilshere to open talks over Arsenal return after having depressive thoughts. So the first transfer headline states that Arsenal and Tottenham set to rival Chelsea for long-term defensive transfer targets. So the reports are stating that Arsenal and Spurs have reportedly entered the race to sign Sevilla defender Jules Kounde. Arsenal and Tottenham have reportedly joined the race to sign Jules Kounde from Sevilla. Chelsea looked destined to complete a move for Kounde in the summer, but they came to a late disagreement with the La Liga club over a fee. The club's president, Monchi, explained that Sevilla were not satisfied with the offer that came in for Jules Kounde, and they weren't willing to let him go unless the Blues met his €80 million, which is £68.5 million release clause, a price the West London outfit were unwilling to pay. Sevilla's decision not to lower their asking price subsequently angered the 22-year-old, who has aspirations of playing Champions League football in the near future. Reports emerged that he ignored calls from manager Julian Lopetegui as well as Monchi after he was denied a move to the Premier League, but it seems as though he won't be short of suitors in the future, and Chelsea could even be rivaled by their fellow Londoners Arsenal and Spurs. According to Transfer Market Web, the North London duo are among a host of clubs challenging Chelsea for the signature of Jules Kounde. However, as he has expressed a desire to play in Europe's biggest competition, it's unclear as to whether he is actually interested in a move to either of the two clubs. Some reports have even suggested that he rejected an approach from Tottenham early on in the summer transfer window. It does look as though the Frenchman will eventually get the transfer he desires, but as he is contracted until June 2024, Sevilla still retain control over the situation, and he might find it difficult to get exactly what he wants. So it looks like Arsenal and Tottenham set to rival Chelsea for long-term transfer target for the Blues. And when it comes to the Gunners, they have a great opportunity to come in and capitalise on the situation. Because if it is a January transfer window, I think it's very unlikely the Gunners are able to get a player that Chelsea are very interested in bringing in, because Chelsea are a much bigger team in terms of what they are currently. They're the European champions. They're the champions of Europe. They're very good chance to win the Premier League. Whereas also in a shambolic situation, we don't know if our manager is the right man. We don't know if our board is the right people. We don't know if our Edu is our right technical director. We have so many problems at our football club, and we clearly saw it in the first 3 games. And even though we were able to scrape a 1-0 victory past Norwich City, we were just able to scrape that victory. So imagine that's the 19th place team in the league. Imagine when we face Burnley, who are much higher up the league. Imagine when we face Tottenham, who are much higher up the league. So we are in a shambolic situation. But on the other hand, if Arsenal are able to pay that release clause and show the likes of Jules Kounde that, look, Arsenal are very high up in the league when it comes to the January transfer window, and pay the release clause that Sevilla are asking for, this will enable Sevilla to say, look, Kounde, the fact that Arsenal have paid the release clause, it's up to you if you want to now join the football club. And when it comes to Arsenal, if they are in a good position come the end of January, where if we are in a good position, we might sign Jules Kounde. So this nicely takes us on to the second piece of transfer news, which states that Jack Wilshere to open talks over Arsenal return after having depressive thoughts. So the reports are stating that Jack Wilshere said he'd be speaking to Arsenal over the next couple of days as he opened up on the challenges he has faced while looking for a new club after leaving Bournemouth. Jack Wilshere is said to open talks over a return to Arsenal training after battling depressive thoughts while working on his fitness alone. Jack Wilshere was recently told by former Gunners teammate Mikel Arteta that the door was always open for him to train with the Premier League side. The 29-year-old has been looking for a new club since leaving Bournemouth at the end of the last season, and recently trained with Serie B side Como in Italy. But he said he is ready to take Mikel Arteta up on his offer as he looks to revive a career that once saw him marked out as England's next star. To hear the manager who I played with, who I had a good relationship with, who I really enjoyed playing with him, sharing the dressing room with him, to hear him come out and say the door is always open is nice, Jack Wilshere told Sky Sports. It can only help me in being around good players, training with world-class players, and as well just being in a team environment is something that I'm interested in. I'm sure that I'll have a conversation with someone at the club over the next couple of days. Jack Wilshere's comments will have Arsenal fans pondering whether he could still do a job for the Gunners, with Mikel Arteta trying to find the right blend in his midfield. He looks set for a bright future with the club and country after scoring an Arsenal's Champions League win against Barcelona in 2011 when he was up against the likes of Lionel Messi and a midfield of Xavi, Andres Iniesta and Sergio Busquets. Wilshere went on to make 198 appearances for the club, winning 2 FA Cups, but his progress was hampered by a succession of injuries both at Arsenal and later at West Ham. He has since played for Bolton and Bournemouth, but left the Cherries in the summer and has opened up on the difficulties he has faced since. He told Sky Sports, "When I spoke out that I was training on my own, I was having these thoughts of what am I training for? The response from everyone really, but mainly in people in the game that I respect, ex-players, people that I look up to reaching out to me, saying you've still got a lot to give. It made me even more hungry to come back and just enjoy my football again." Jack Wilshere urged to speak about their mental health challenges, saying depressive thoughts don't care if you're a footballer. Us as players have to be willing to speak up, speak about our feelings, and realise it's not a weakness. It's actually really brave and people will help you if you need help, he said in an event in London for a mental health campaign organised by CALM and Original Penguin. The biggest feeling is relief. Sometimes you don't even know that you're holding on to these feelings. Some people might think it's normal to have these feelings, especially when you're a footballer and things aren't going well. You question everything. I always thought that speaking out or speaking to someone, especially in the media, would almost come across as a weakness because the general perception of footballers is that they have everything. What have they got to moan about? They've got a great life. The depressive thoughts don't care if you're a footballer. I think it's important to speak out. So it looks like Jack Wilshere to open talks over Arsenal return after having depressive thoughts. And when it comes to Jack Wilshere, he is someone that I think could do a business on the pitch for Arsenal if he can get back to a bit fitness. But there are moments where I thought in terms of Jack Wilshere's career, is he got the same mentality, the same passion, the same technical skill to show what he was able to do when he was successful at Arsenal. But there is a long road for him. I think we can do some form of a deal where he'll get paid if he wins the game, or he makes some form of an impression for the Gunners, and he could maybe be a great addition. So we will have to wait and see how Arsenal performs at the end of this season. If you want to see more daily videos from Arsenal News TV, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the like button so I know if you enjoyed the video, and share the video to your Arsenal friends and family. Click one of the videos on the screen and I'll see you there.